We are live. We are back. American Horror Stories, Season 2, Episode 3, Drive. Let's go.
Have you ever heard about the High Beam urban legend?
American Horror Stories.
There is not a serial killer that's going to stop me from doing my thing.
A new nightmare every week.
You like getting scared?
I'd rather give than receive.
Someone's following me.
A knife should feel like an extension of one's hand.
Never thought about it much.
You can always use it to get rid of your boyfriend.
What's going on? What's going on? We are back. Of course, American Horror Stories, Season 2, Episode 3, Drive Review. Ryan Murphy, man, as far as the creator of the show, but I gotta get some I gotta give a shout out to the writer, Manny Coto. I think this is his name, Manny Coto. These episodes have been really decent, but more than anything, I've really been enjoying the twist that they've been doing. So, with that being said, I really hope that they are going to do something similar to this as far as the writing for the new season that's coming up this fall, as far as American Horror Story Season 11. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that Uncut tomorrow. But yes, how did you feel about this episode before we dive into it? Without any details.
It was alright.
It was all right. I like this a lot.
I
I
mean,
it sound like she didn't like that twist as much as I did.
I mean,
I just didn't see that coming, personally. So we'll get into it. Starting this episode off, we're introduced to two female characters, Marcy and Piper, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
And they're pretty much out doing the regular partying, chilling, and they come across a young individual, fella, pretty much checking them out. And they're pretty much making the decision of who's going to do what. But being that Marcy was the one that spotted him first, I guess she's the one that ends up getting with him.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like basically a little normal episode, starting off anyway.
I was suspecting by the way they were dancing, I was like, vampire. That's what I thought.
Oh, man, nah.
I was like, ooh, who a vampire? I just like vampires.
Okay, I can see
to
that,
me,
though.
it seemed to me it seemed very vampy, you know, like so mysterious. Let me go pick up this guy. They all up in each other's neck and shit. Like, why?
I
they
never
kissing
thought
each
about
other
that,
neck?
though, but that's a good one. I didn't think about that.
That's what I was looking forward to. I was looking for vampire, but that ain't where we went.
No. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it. It kept kind of making a couple twists and turns here and there as far as with the story and where it was trying to go. But like I said, being introduced to these two friends, they pretty much partying or whatever, and they come across this guy, and he ends up going with Marcy. That's her name, Marcy, right? My bad.
Mm-hmm.
But him and Marcy end up hooking up the same night. She seems more like a predator, though. And when I say that, I mean more of that savage nature, more of the, should I say, Rihanna? As far as like, I'm going to get with you and do what I need from you and get what I need from you, and then you can go. This ain't no situation where he was saying some shit like, oh, you going to start calling me. You need, want my phone number. You need to know my name, this and the third. And she like, nah, you need to get the fuck out of anything. Step. That's it. I'm good. I got what I need.
I was feeling that
I
type
like
of energy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Much respect. But Marcy, like I said, getting introduced to her, we don't know too much about her besides seeming like partying with her friend. Seems like a single female or whatever, basically. But it's really what happens in her interaction after she pretty much leaves her destination and after she gets what she needs from this guy. She ends up getting followed by somebody in a Jeep. And it's not just the fact that she's being followed by somebody in the Jeep. It's the fact that this person is starting to flash his headlights on and off, on and off, on and off. And, of course, my mind went straight to, oh, shit, this on some urban legend shit. Before they even got to explaining that, my mind went straight to urban legend because that's where I got this whole image from. Or this where, if anything I've ever seen this from, it's urban legend. That's it. Nothing else. But, yes, she's pretty much getting, I would say, somewhat of chased or harassed, somewhat of an a Jeepers Creepers nature. Like this nigga, like he trying to see her fear, trying to smell her. So I don't know. But he's pretty much just coming behind her, blowing the horn to a point where she speeds up, and then he just start ramming her from the back, just ramming and ramming, to a point where she ends up kind of getting away from him, pretty much somewhat losing him, and she goes off into a little car wash that's pretty much closed, because this is the middle of the night. She been clubbing or whatever, so this probably like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever this nigga is, he's determined, and he ends up not finding her, but kind of coming to the same destination that she's at. Like he's determined to see who or go after this woman as far as Marcy, and we still don't know who this guy is as far as in this Jeep that's coming after her or chasing her, or so we know.
Yeah, that shit was weird and scary. Like,
It was.
especially for like me as a female, it's like I've had people follow me through a store and try to talk to me in the store and then try to talk to me outside the store, and it's like, leave me
Yeah,
alone.
see that shit. Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. I'm glad that, man. I'm telling you, this is why I had this whole fear of my daughter working in restaurants and all this other. Nah, man, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
They're walking out the store. And see, then you have somebody like pressing charges because you done sit here and put somebody in the hospital.
You're right.
You can't be doing that, man. You can't be doing that in this day and age. You can't be doing it. But moving forward, we find out more about Marcy. She's actually married. And before we get into super details about it, I'm guessing they have a kind of agreement or arrangement as far as her and her husband, Chaz.
Yes.
And I'm like, damn. Because we just seen what she did in the car with this dude leaving the club. And I'm like,
and thank you. And immediately I thought of the other movie, Deep Water.
Ben Affleck.
Deep Water. I was like, this shit.
Yes. I'm like, oh man, we dealing with this type of Negro. I hope we not to get this type of situation. And then my mind started going into the theory stages. I'm like, damn, are we gonna get back to back serial killer husbands? So I'm like, is he the one in the Jeep? I immediately went there. I'm like, oh, was he chasing her in the Jeep? That's me. But that's where my as far as you saying vampires, I was like, oh no, I'm not thinking about vampires, because even when he started chasing her in the Jeep, I'm like, what type of vampire just want to chase in the Jeep when he can just fly his ass around her or start hovering over her or manipulating her with his eyes and shit? I know this ain't Fright Night enough, but I'm just saying.
Because the more it kept going on, I kept trying to put the vampire narrative to it. I was like, this ain't vampires.
Nah.
I don't know. Bella Thorne give me that vampire vibe, so I was.
In a couple of these episodes, damn, if not mistaken, all 3 of these episodes kind of not been really no supernatural element besides the first one, as far as the witch connection or whatever. But before we got that witch connection, that was kind of some shit that can happen. So, and even with that second episode, supernatural ghosts showing up. But I'm just saying, as far as the elements of that and where they went with that, that shit could happen. Not ghosts showing up on the camera and shit. I'm just saying, as far as the husband doing what he did and not really knowing who your spouse really is, as far as the previous episode or whatever. But even with this one,
do background checks before you get married.
Definitely. Shut up. Definitely. This too, we meet Marcy and Chaz. It's kind of just their relationship, and as far as Chaz, he is giving off those elements of Ben Affleck as far as Deep Water, if you've never seen it on Hulu. This guy is dealing with a female and they married, but he allows his female to have other partners, pretty much an open marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this, let's be honest, man. I mean, let's be honest.
Simping level 1,000. I was just messing.
It is that too, though, but I mean, in this type of situation, in all reality, a female is always going to have more interactions than a man. In my opinion, I don't give a fuck who you is or who you look like. A woman is always going to have that more of an interaction than a man, easily. I mean, but yes, it's one of the scenes in particular where they go down into this light. And by the way, these niggas got some money. By the way, they got some money. They got some bread. Yes. They got some bread. I'm like, damn. She
Yes.
walking around this
First of all, I was
facility.
like, why she up and not him? Because I sure would have nudged my husband, baby. I heard something. First of all, we got cameras, and if we had a house like that, we definitely gonna have more cameras. I wouldn't be in my bed looking on the camera. I
on
don't
the
see
cameras, I
nothing.
got some type of button I can push where all the lights start coming on in certain areas.
Thank you, thank
And
you.
lights is coming on.
I'm
Why
like,
I'm
y'all
walking
got
around
too
with a
much
flash
money
light
not to be having
in
a
my
security.
home? But I get it because it's like, well, not really, because if you're walking around by yourself and you do come across somebody, are you gonna be able to defend
What you gonna do?
yourself?
What you gonna do?
Are you gonna be able to defend
She
yourself
ain't even
against
had no gun. Like, bro, what do you
multiple
walk through?
assailants? Possibly, maybe one, more than one. I'm just saying, man.
Exactly.
It ain't,
Exactly.
but yeah, this probably should have been a sign, by the way, too. But
Right.
anyway,
We just trying to. We like, why you on this white girl shit?
she's sitting up here locking
It was a sign.
doors. I mean, not even a door. The particular lock she locks happens to be down in the basement or cellar.
Yeah.
Because it's a wine cellar.
They got a wine cellar.
That's where I was really like, you niggas got some bread.
And that's why I was
I'm
like, why they ain't had no security system with all this money? You got too much money to not be having a security system.
But yeah, it's very interesting meeting Chaz and actually finding out about Marcy and Chaz's relationship and marriage. Moving forward, Piper and Marcy, they're sitting out the next day pretty much having a conversation about certain things because Marcy, been clubbing and doing what she's doing, and they having that conversation as far as the open marriage. Pretty much like, Chaz, this nigga ain't barely dealing with this, man. Guys, and it's the same thing I was saying, guys say they cool with this, but then when shit hitting the fan and he not getting as much action as you is, and it's like, nah, they not cool with this. But besides that conversation, they are talking about a disappearance that's happening with a couple females, but not only females, just individuals that happen to be leaving clubs at night around their area and what they doing. And it's really Piper telling Marcy, like, yo, you out here doing what you're doing. You might need to be careful a little bit. And this is where she goes into her whole urban legend story about this guy who was blowing or beeping behind this girl or whatever, headlights beeping on and off. It just so happened that it wasn't a guy that was chasing her, it was a guy that was trying to warn her about another person that just so happened to be in the back seat. Like I said, urban legends.
Yep.
If you've ever seen the original movie or whatever. But damn, this shit went. This scene in particular was actually a little bit more hardcore than the original movie Urban Legend. With everything he did in that movie, it was like, damn, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was like it found the head on. I was like, when they do that?
Decapitation and everything. The deal. I ain't gonna, like I said, this is spoilers by the way, but we ain't gonna get too deep into it right now. But is this a connection with the main person who was doing everything anyway?
What, the urban legend
her story?
thing?
Yeah, her story. I'm starting to think
I don't know.
Maybe she did that too. Maybe he did that too. Or maybe they did that too. Or maybe,
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, because
Wow.
going back, I was like,
I didn't
did
even
she
think
do
about that.
Or did he do that? Or did they do that? But anyway, it's really just this conversation that they having. But Marcy, at this point, I'm starting to think like, damn, this motherfucker really got to have it. She make me really feel like old girl off of Deep Water. Like she got in some type of trance where she has
sex addict, nymphomaniac, something. Yeah.
And that's where we get to our scene where she ain't even like receiving pleasure. She's just wanting to give it out.
Give it.
Let me give it to you. And this when we find out, so she likes men and women.
Yeah, and Piper
It don't
was
matter.
Piper was like, dang, are you an addict? Like, dang, you just gotta have it. Like,
speaking of
Piper told her not to take no more dudes back to the car.
I mean,
she was like,
giving off those elements of, was you in that damn Jeep? Nigga, you kind of stalkerish right now. You standing at that window.
That's her best friend.
Man.
She is concerned about her and her marriage and her, like, why are you even doing all this? Like, when people just are sleeping with
window.
No,
it's like, well, how long was you standing there? Was you waiting for me to finish, old girl? Which how long? Because I can't tell if the breathing hard is from the inside of the window or from you standing outside.
Anyway.
Look at that image. She's standing there looking like a goddamn killer. And this is where I'm like,
concerned for her friend of why are you having to do this? Like, you have a whole husband at home. Why do you have to go and fuck all these randos? Like, that is very concerning. I mean,
I got off the impression that are you and your friend messing too now? Since you like girls, that's where I got it. Because I was like, is Piper just jealous now? Because she's like, damn,
Oh,
you ain't
God.
smash her. Why me and you just don't do this instead of you going there doing all this? That's what I'm like. That's where it came off as to me a little bit. And that's why my theories again was like, okay, is she out here kidnapping girls or females as far as the friend, Piper? But yeah, Piper
you
pretty
was
much started calling
disrespecting
her on her shit.
everybody.
I'm sorry, this is the way it was going. And the fact that everybody seemed kind of obsessed, not obsessed with her, but like, damn, I want you mine. Like, why you doing all this? Her husband, which understandable, that's her husband. But her friend, like the way she was talking to her. But
I just
understandable,
heard
it's like,
concerned friend, but I get it. I get it. It's a
yeah,
mystery.
because she was showing her.
Everybody a suspect.
She didn't start calling out though. Like, damn, you're a sex addict and shit. You gotta just
Yeah.
have it, don't you? Like, damn, it's dangerous out here. You see what's going on?
It is.
She like,
COVID and monkeypox and shit.
mm,
You can't just be out here fucking and sucking everything.
you didn't right about that, especially in this day and age. And I'm not even sure if they like recognizing is this the 2022 or is this just 1999, 2004? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't even know the time it is.
I don't know what year it is. I just had to inject some truth in there.
You good. But I'm gonna give you some credit. I give Piper, her friend, a little bit of concern because she was showing her the computer as far as the laptop, like people out here disappearing or whatever. So
Yeah, she
I
had
give
on
it
her mommy
concern.
voice.
But Marcia
That was-
said, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. And Marcia said, I'm going back to partying. Let's go. But just so happened, the damn husband is in there partying too. So now I'm really like, oh, this nigga's out here. He was the nigga in the Jeep. It had to be him. He is stalking her ass now. Like, no. Like,
No.
you agreed to this. Now he really on his Ben Affleck shit as far as D. Watt. He killing these niggas. Yeah, he the one doing it. He definitely. He got to be the one.
Oh god.
But they pretty much have a little conversation in the club. Her pretty much getting on him, like, why you following me this and the third or whatever. But it's really what goes on after she ends up leaving the club. And this is where we get an image of a guy who actually is driving that Jeep. Or so we think. Because I started thinking, is this the guy that drives the Jeep? Or is this another guy that drives the Jeep? I don't know, theories again.
Right? Because I was like, is she even going after the right guy? And why she doing that? Like, I was like, you doing a bit much, man.
They was giving the hints. But that was the same thing I was thinking, like, why are you going to so much of extent to find this guy that seems like he was coming after you? But
yeah.
it gets a little bit more
We
explained. but
find
that
out
was
why.
her.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But we should have been kind of asking these questions as far as just certain
I was
people.
asking questions. I was like, why she doing so much? Because, like, to me, I ain't about to go try to find
is where
somebody
my
that was trying to
expression
harm
came
me.
It's when her and her friend was talking about people missing, and I think she got to the point where he was trying to come after me. Let me see if he got some other girls kidnapped, or maybe I can help other. I don't know. Maybe I was thinking like that, kind of a little bit. I was. Just off her and her friend, and I was thinking maybe she started thinking about what her friend was saying and got a little bit of a conscience. That's what I was thinking.
Mhm.
I'm just saying. But yeah, she notices a similar Jeep that was kind of the one that was behind her, blinking the headlights or whatever. So she pretty much starts to go after this same Jeep and start to do some of the similar things to the Jeep. The Jeep like, oh no, I ain't having this shit. It skirts the hell off quick. Let me get up out here. But this is when she starts her little investigation. Social media. Since she got a good look at the guy, she starts trying to find them and goes on certain sites and pulling him up or whatever. In that same midst, she's having a little conversation with her husband, Chaz, who's pretty much coming to her saying, like, I'm not cool with this. Like, this is affecting me. We still, like I said, it's certain things being thrown here and there, and it's like, but it seems like he just upset, like, I ain't feeling this open marriage shit no more. Like, you out here doing what you're doing. I'm supposed to be the main priority, though. I know what you're doing, what you're doing, but I want to be the main one. It's like you ain't focused on that. She's doing what she's doing, looking for this guy in his Jeep. So he's pretty much feeling ignored as far as the husband, Chaz. And she's still on her investigation. So, to to me, like I said, once again, I felt like she was just trying to see if this is the guy out here doing these kidnappings or whatever after her and her friend had this conversation.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird how she was just obsessing over trying to find somebody that seemed like they was trying to harm her. I'm like, is she trying to put him in jail? Because like once she got the number, I was like, okay, go get it to the police. Go run. Because if he bumped her car, there should be some pain.
Good point.
That's what I'm like. What is she doing? I was so because I was like, this bitch bold. Because ain't no damn way I'm about to follow somebody that was trying to harm me and do all this extra shit. So I was looking at her sideways, but I still didn't know where this was going, and I kept thinking vampire. I was like, do she want his blood or something that bad? Like that?
That's good points though, and I still never thought about the whole vampire thing. But them are good points for you to think maybe this could have been vampires or something. Let me know, anybody out here watching, if you thought about vampires or anything. If you have watched American Horror Stories or this episode in particular, those are good points though. But she ends up following this guy, ends up finding out where he works. So she pretty much not confronts him, but somewhat of an investigation, trying to, I guess, find out what he's about or whatever. So she goes in like a regular customer as far as his job or whatever.
Okay, this gave me, when she went into his job, I was like, this ain't the dude she slept with, is it? Because if it was, wouldn't he remember her? And I was talking about
at the first time when her and her friend at the club.
Yeah, because
no.
See,
he don't even look like that guy.
White guy with dark hair.
Like, you see this nigga right here?
Yeah, I know the difference. I'm just, white guy with dark hair. I didn't look at him that hard. He wasn't they was in the dark, and then they had sex. I wasn't all up in his face. So I was like, okay, so this not the dude she slept with, right? I was like, okay. Because if he don't remember her, that's weird.
By the way, this is the guy that played on Fear Street, that played in the camp counselor. As far as the guy that started killing all the kids, I think that's him. As far as his face, I think that's him. The one that started going crazy and killing everybody.
Yeah, I know you're talking about
people. Like the little kid. I'm like, damn. Shout out to Fear Street, man. But yes, she started doing a little investigation, and she pretty much goes to his job unknowingly, talking to him or whatever, as far as not letting him know that she knows that he was the one as far as in the Jeep or whatever. Or so she thinks he's the one in the Jeep. Moving forward though, she pretty much goes full goddamn undercover. Like, I'm going to this guy's house.
When she walked into his house, I said, she's not a vampire because she got to be invited. I was like, they can't just roll up in people's house. I mean, I guess they can if they really want to, but like most vampire things, you cannot roll up in people's house.
They did that on Buffy. There's some movies they did that on too, but I know in particular they did that on Buffy. Damn, Interview with a Vampire, Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. I think they did that on there too.
Yeah, Let the Right One In. He was like, what happens? Because he was like, what? He was like, what happens if I?
I'm glad you said that because I didn't know you seen that. I did a trailer reaction to the series they got coming out on Showtime.
Yeah, I seen the original one, the one that's not in English. I think that was better than the American one.
And I mentioned it too.
But it's worth it. I like the one that's not in English better than the Americanized one. I didn't care for that one.
You got to get in there. October, perfect time. We definitely will be doing that then, Showtime. But anyway, she ends up being very bold, and as far as just, I guess, camping out and went to this guy got off, because he did tell her what time he got off or whatever, and she goes to follow him to his home or whatever. And she ends up breaking into his house, because that's what she pretty much is doing, breaking and entering.
Bold. I was like, what the fuck? Crazy. I was like, what, this dude ramming you? Why are you in his house? What the fuck? And I was like, is she trying to kill him before he killed her? Did she think he hunting her? Like,
another thing was, I know I had these things with her husband. It's like, damn. It's like, if you do think he is a killer, why not ask your husband to come along with you just for this in particular anyway, to have some type of help if you ain't gonna call law enforcement. So maybe you should have your husband help you with this situation. I'm just saying. But no, she goes alone or whatever. She come across certain things though. In particular, having these certain images, these certain photos of these missing people or whatever that this guy has in his house. As far as the guy that she thinks that was ramming her, whatever, that's in the Jeep or whatever. So just off instincts, I'm like, for one, that's too much. It's too much of a giveaway. I'm like, nah, y'all wouldn't give us this like this. Y'all trying to make us force us to pick this guy.
I was just like, where did that come from? Because he, like, besides him messing with her, like, what? I was like, how the hell? Okay, I was like, that's too easy, but okay.
So that's where I start thinking, once again, like, okay, she's really trying to see if he's the guy that's taking these girls. I didn't know if she's going in a particular state of mind of saving anybody or just, if this was the guy coming after me, what if he do know where I stay? Or maybe he did fully follow me, because this is everything that people are telling her around her, in particular her husband, because like, what if he followed you or whatever? So once again, I'm thinking like that. I'm not thinking anything else besides she's just trying to find out if this is the guy that's coming after her. You right, though, Nadia. Why not get law enforcement involved on all of that? But it's like, maybe she don't got enough evidence to go after this guy or prove that he was the one coming after us. So it's like, what is law enforcement gonna do if they ain't got the evidence they need?
There should be some paint on her car and his car. I know it. As hard as he was hitting her, and then she talking about you did damage to my car. Yeah, it should be some evidence right there. And his license plate number. Boom.
Damn, man. I'm glad you bring up so many good points, because it's like, wow. And I think that's probably why you came off as far as like maybe not liking the episode as much as I did, because I wasn't looking at everything like that. But it's like, damn, now that you go back and look at it, it's like, yeah, why was you doing all of this? Taking his license. It was a lot of things she was doing that kind of seemed off. But moving forward, besides her breaking in his house and coming across certain things, she ends up, as far as him coming out the shower because he's still in the house while she breaks in, which is another kind of a strange thing. Because it's like, now that I think about it, why didn't you wait to see if he would leave, since you know where he stayed, and then break in his house if you do want to find out if he is doing... Damn. I still enjoyed it.
I didn't call it. I didn't call it, but I was just like, this shit is weird. And what the fuck are you doing?
You're right. But before she can narrowly escape, because she ends up trying to get out, I guess thinking that he's leaving at leaving at that particular time or whatever, after he got out the shower and put clothes on or whatever. By the way, I'm sorry I noticed certain things, but I'm this kind of person that I got to get moisturized when I got out the shower. It's like, damn, I'm kind of dry and ash. I can't put on my clothes. My bad, y'all. Just
Yo, no, this is legit a black person's complaint, like about when white writers write for black people. They like, we put on lotion. Why don't y'all ever show us putting on lotion? Like that's, I don't know. But they
wasn't black though.
I know,
but
but
give
still,
or take
like,
though. I'm just saying, maybe it's, I don't know.
They still moisturize. White people put on lotion too.
And I know like, it's hot. Some people like, man, lotion would be hot. Well, nah, I got to be moisturized. I got to.
That's why my skin's soft now. Shea butter, baby.
But before she could narrowly try to get out, my guy, I guess he's paranoid and he felt like somebody was around anyway, which is a good instinct. I feel like, I don't know if you ever get this little, not eerie, but it's something. It's either a sound or something that you can feel where somebody in your presence or somebody about to come up on you or something. It's a feeling though. And I get that. Before somebody come up on me or anything, I get that. But he pretty much pops out like, what the fuck is you doing in my house with a baseball bat? Immediately though, and even I would say at the store, he kind of was giving off a little bit of he might be a psychopath.
When he was talking, no, both of them was giving me. I was like, what the fuck is she thinking?
I'm sorry, she just
seemed
like she was just doing what you said. The girl off Deep Water. She just wanted to have fun. She just seemed like a very party girl. That's it. But my man, when he jumped out, he didn't seem serial killerish.
No,
he seemed like a very concerned motherfucker. Like, why are you in my house? That's where I was like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on? And this is where we kind of get his story, where he was like, yeah, I was the guy in the Jeep coming after you. Well, not coming after you, but I was trying to warn you. Somebody was in the back of your car. And this is where he goes into his story, and we get the little flashbacks of him seeing this certain individual in the back of her car, and he pretty much goes after her, pretty much trying to warn her. Like, really trying to warn her. Like, damn, like, somebody's in the back of your car, this and the third. This is where my theory started going. Go ahead.
My theory, I was like, it's her husband. It was her husband.
Okay.
That's what I was like. Simple as that. It was her husband. Why the fuck he doing weird shit though? Stop doing weird shit. Like,
I thought
anyway.
that too.
But then
But
I was
I
like,
also
where
thought-
was the guy in the back? If it was, I thought was like, if it was her husband, was she just fucking the guy in the back seat of her car? And I'm like, the husband, where was he hiding it while she was fucking this dude? Or did he? I
Or
don't
he
know.
was there, or he was doing that pipe and shit, or he was on the outside and he was seeing them in the anything like that. But even besides that, I thought that too. But I also thought, okay, did this guy stay in the back of the car and he got out and just been hiding in their house and waiting for his woman?
Oh,
and woman
yeah, I
just-
thought about that
that
too.
too,
I
yeah.
thought about that too.
He just been hiding in their house because it's been kind of
Because
some
the
movies that
cellar
kind
door
of did
was
something
open.
like
That cellar window.
yes,
And,
yes.
Yeah.
When
So,
that
yeah.
the wine cellar window was open, I was like, okay, this guy's probably camping out in your house. And when you don't
Mhm.
believe him, or he say he seen somebody, y'all go back. Your husband either gonna be dead, and he gonna get you when you get back, or something like that. That's what I thought.
Yep.
But yeah, once he started,
See, we
explaining
was
it's like,
connecting dots.
yeah, thank you. See, that wasn't like they're showing vampires, but still,
Shut
no
up.
Twilight. I mean, we had some good looking vampires. There was also Twilight shit, but still, it was...
Anyway.
This in particular, though, my God, he's explaining to Marcy that, yeah, he wasn't trying to come after her. He was trying to warn her. But she's pretty much telling him, like, nah, I'm good. Wasn't nobody in my backseat. But, yeah.
Well, I mean, she's still alive because I was like, maybe he was just seeing something. So
He saw something. He damn sure saw something. Marcy pretty much is trying to manipulate my guy. And before we jump into the details, it's the fact that she starts coming on to him. That didn't come strange to me at all. I was like, okay,
yeah, that
she
didn't
about
come
to try to
strange
smash
to me
him.
either.
Yeah, I'm like,
I was about to
she
say,
gonna smash
damn,
him.
nymphomaniac.
Right here, right now. Let's go. But
Mhm.
no, she ain't trying to smash. She ends up sticking a needle into this nigga, injecting him with something that pretty much, I'm guessing, to put him to sleep.
Mhm.
But she was thrown off about how much she supposed to inject him with or whatever, and he's pretty much well aware of what's going on and trying to choke her ass out. But just so happened, here comes the husband, knocking his ass out. And everything immediately hit my ass. I knew off the gate when his husband, I was like, oh my God, this shit is me. Because when she stuck him in the neck, I was like, oh shit, I was caught off guard. I was like, wait a minute, wait. But after her husband came in, that's where I was like, okay, I see what's going on. I immediately see what's going on.
Yeah.
This nigga, Chaz, you supposed to check what you're injecting them with. You got to know you got the right dosage of this and the third. I'm like, what? Wait a minute.
Talking about, I told you stop using this weak shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it ain't the fact that he's upset about the open marriage. He's more concerned about the way she's going about taking in victims. That's the thing he's really upset about. And this was the surprise for me. This was the twist. Like I said, I'm going to ask Nadia, I'm going to kind of get into how she felt about it, because I kind of feel like she wasn't as engaged with the twist as I was, or surprised as I was. But for me, I was like, wait a minute. I did not see this coming at all. I was thinking theories of who could possibly be the killer, who could possibly be coming after her. Is the guy still in her house? Everything except what was really going on. But yes, this shit was like, whoa.
I don't know if it's because it's Bella Thorne, and I was like,
By the way, Bella Thorne, what she done been on? Because I know her name popular. I didn't know.
Shake It Up. She started on Shake It Up.
I ain't seen Shake It Up.
That was on Disney Channel. It was a young kid show.
Oh, so she's one of
with
those
her
like
and
Disney
Zendaya.
Channel girl.
Yeah, her and Zendaya were on Shake It Up together, and then they grew up, and Bella started. She wanted to be an adult and do adult shit. And
By the way,
Disney
shout out
Channel
to
was
Bella
a-
Thorne and her performance. She did a thing
But-
in this.
yeah, I've seen her in other, like, not horror, but like mystery type shit. So I was like, it didn't surprise me that she was who she was, because I was like, she kind of do this in all her movies, though.
Really?
I'm sorry,
As
yeah.
far as playing like kind of crazy lunatic and switch. Oh, okay. Man, Bella Thorne, damn. But she threw me
Yeah,
off.
it's always
She
like
definitely-
a sweet. She always start out sweet, and then she just start on being on some psychotic shit. So I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, she was perfect for this then.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was surprised. I really didn't see this coming because everything I seen was just him being upset as far as the open marriage, her wanting to do what she was wanting to do. Tony, what's going on, Tony? Appreciate
What
you coming
up, Tony?
through. Shout out to everybody that's coming through. I see everybody in here. But yes, we're talking about American Horror Stories, season 2, episode 3, Drive. If y'all ain't caught up with the recent episode, this definitely was a twist turner for me. I enjoyed it. Hey, she was on some kind of like her shoulders. She was kind of brawly on here to me, if you understand. Like she was kind of like, damn, she looked good. Don't get it twisted. She ain't look manly in it, but she kind of was like thick, but thick like muscular too, like on some Tina Turner, Angela Bassett type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that type of tone. Because when she at my man's house, when she got on the like not shoulder pads, but when she got on the like she looked like. Anyway, she still looking. She straight Bella Thorne. Shout out Bella Thorne. But yes, man, this threw me off, Tony. Shout out to everybody that's coming through. This, her husband, Chaz and Marcy being 2 psychopaths, pretty much kidnapping people.
Right.
I was not expecting that, and come to find out, she just so happened to be the person that's out here kidnapping people from clubs. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really when we get into this, and as far as her whole. I guess what drives her, because we really didn't dive into it, and I apologize. Let me go back up here right quick. We did not talk about this. She has something with her face that she's been dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
I think since she was a child.
Yeah, it looked like a birthmark because I seen people have like a red, like big red splotches on their face, and so I don't know.
And this plays a lot into what she's doing as far as the whole open marriage thing and her sleeping with multiple people or whatever. Or so we think. It's from the beginning or whatever. But yeah, she has this thing on her face and she kind of wears a lot of makeup. Well, she does wear a lot of makeup to hide it or whatever. But I feel like this was, well, at the beginning, I felt like this was a lot dealing with what she was doing as far as in her marriage with Chaz, and on the outside of her marriage, doing what she was doing with other men and women. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's way more to it than that. She's pretty much was bullied throughout as far as having that on her face. And now she's taking it out on a bunch of people pretty much that look good or people that she feels like are assholes of the world. Tony, this was me. Like, I was with a whole like type of movie. I kind of even felt like with not the last one, but the Dollhouse one. I was like, I could go to a movie with that. I can do a whole long movie with that. But yeah, I definitely feel what you're saying with that. Shout out Tony. But yeah, man, she got into her salt bag with this shit. Not even really her salt bag. I would say hostile. Yeah, I'm gonna say hostile.
Yes.
And God damn it, the fact that we just did Teresa's and hostile. What is like the fact that we get this episode? Hey, shout out to the movie guys, TV guys. I don't see what y'all doing out here. But yes, she going to her torture bag. But not only that, she starts to get into explanations as far as our guy. It was somebody in her backseat, but he wasn't coming after her. He was a victim. And so she put it. Mm-hmm. And she goes into her backstory as far as how she got this guy. This nigga was leaving. Man, Tony. They had them seats foggy. They was looking like Titanic in there, man.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah. She did the same thing that she did, well, she tried to do to my man as far as who house she broke in, but the doses that she had for the guy that she slept with in the car worked. She knocked his ass out. But it's the whole thing with her trying to leave after that situation. My man, like he said, he was explaining to her that he was trying to warn her that somebody was in her back seat. But she knew that. She was just trying to make sure his ass stay in the back seat because she was kidnapping his ass and had him tied up, dosed up and whatever. That's where, like I said, the twist, how crazy it was, and even them explaining it and the whole connection behind it. That's what I enjoyed. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, damn.
Tie them loose ends.
But it's like the questions, though, like you were saying, as far as everything that we wasn't asking, as far as why she was doing this in the third.
Yeah, because I was like, why she going after him? I was like, oh, tying up loose ends. He knows something. He saw something. I'm just like, damn.
That's what she was doing. Like, this motherfucker saw me. I got to tie these loose ends up. Don't get it twisted. Well, yeah, she wasn't trying to sleep with him. She was trying to just get him out the way.
Yep.
Definitely, Tony. That's what I'm saying. And it's the whole comfort with her husband. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was at the point of leaving. Like, he like, I'm about to move out or whatever. But just make sure after you done killing him or whatever, I'll make you make sure you clean up or whatever, help you get the body done or whatever. Then I'm gonna roll out.
Just
like,
casual.
Casual. Like, we've
like,
been doing this.
Yeah. And she's like, I can't do this without you. Oh, that remind me of what's that TV show? Santa Clarita Died. I'm gonna need you to get on that. I'll rewatch that.
See?
That's on Netflix. I
be thinking I don't watch everything, but you got some shit I ain't watched. You got to put me on just like I'm trying to do with you.
It's comedic horror, so it's not really scary, but like, bro, it's so fucking funny. It's funny. It's hilarious.
Man, I got some. Shout out to Marvin. We got some as far as just some horror movies that I got that I'm looking forward to. That's coming out. But speaking of, it's what she starts to do to this guy. It's like, I get what no, I don't get. I'm talking about the twist as far as her and her husband, what they doing, but as far as like the torture behind what she's doing, it's like, I want you to feel what I was going through when people was talking about my face to the next level though. And it's like, damn, she got like some Wolverine type claws shit that she puts through my man's leg. It makes you think about Wolverine in a worse way. He a good facts, Tony. That's what we was talking about. Hey, Tony, if you ain't seen the review, you need to go check it out. Deep Water review we did on Low Key Cave. But watch the movie first. Go on Hulu and watch the movie first, then watch the review. But yeah, man, it's really after she doing what she doing, cut my man finger off. It's the casualty behind her and the realization where she starts to try to figure out, like, wait a minute. Like, and we don't know at first what she's thinking about, but in my mind, in my man head, as far as who she's torturing, I think he's thinking like, if she comes to the realization that she need to stop killing people, because she starts to like, this is wrong. I need to stop doing this. Ain't right. He looking up like, oh, thank you, because he tied up and he got shit in his mouth. But no, that ain't it, because she like, don't move. She machete this nigga in the head, casualty, like, hold this shit right here. Deep Water, Tony Robinson. It's on Hulu. It's an original Hulu movie. I'm telling you, Tony, it's gonna make you a little paranoid. It's gonna get you triggered. As far as being just a man, gonna get you triggered. But check out that review on the Low Key Cave after you do. I'm telling you. Shout out Nadia and shout out Clyde. They was on there doing it with me. But yes, man. After this, she pretty much, her whole realization is she don't want her husband to leave. She want to share these moments with him because he always wanted to do this. Because that was his whole thing. It's like, I want to share these moments with you, but you don't want to let me. You don't want to let me.
Psychotic. Just super psychotic.
Now, if you're talking about some simp shit, then yeah, that's above and beyond. This is like finding out my girl is a species. You ever seen Species? Like, oh, you an alien creature.
Yes.
You could possibly kill me if we have sex, but it's all good. Come on. I'm going to give you this baby. This alien
That
baby.
movie was wild.
Shout out Species. I might have to do a little retro on it.
Okay.
Yeah, Tony. Shout out Tony. But yes, she pretty much comes to the realization she wants to stay with Chaz, and she wants to do this together as far as their fulfillment of kidnapping and killing. It just so happened that she has her first victim for Chaz. Her friend Piper, who been up her ass, and she been ready to do this.
Yep.
You've been asking for it.
You know what? I feel like she got Piper because she was like, she know too much, and she can start putting. She not stupid. Piper not stupid. She can start putting two and two together.
Of course. And I wasn't thinking like that either. I was more so thinking that she was just like waiting for her right moment to pretty much take her out. And I don't even think she was waiting for Chaz. I think she was waiting for her moment where she wanted to do this. She was just, but she was like, okay, this could be your people. Because you can see, and like you said, it's after that night where she kind of called her ass out. That's probably the same night she was like, okay, I'm going to take your ass in because we never seen her after that. We never seen the friend after that. But yeah, shout out Tony. Piper was that one year. I didn't even know. Was she all black or she thinks she was mixed? She probably was mixed. Probably a little mix in it. She was kind of wasn't making some good decisions either. But yeah.
I wouldn't have kept going out with her. Bye, you can be by yourself, honey.
This was one of those good endings too for me. Unsettling. It wasn't no happy ending. Well, for our protagonists, as far as the people that was doing what they was doing, yeah, it was a happy ending for them. But as far as me, I felt bad for my man. The Piper friend, I was like, it is what it is with you. But the guy, the fact that my man out here working, out here trying to cheat, you know, this single guy here just chilling, even going back and watching an episode, because I watched it more than once, he coming out so nice when he talking to her in the store. We thinking he's psycho and shit because he kind of coming out like, showing her the knives and shit. I'm like, nah, this nigga kind of crazy.
No, he was trying to be funny, but he was nervous.
He was charming as hell, man. I felt bad. I'm sorry.
I felt bad for him. I felt bad for Piper too, though, because she was just trying to be a concerned friend, but she did not realize who her friend was.
You right. You is right. I felt more bad for my man. I'm sorry. Because he was
just trying to be a good Samaritan.
He put himself in that position of trying to help her, not thinking that she was gonna get killed.
Right.
That's jacked up. That's not right. But I like that though, because it's like, damn, caught me off guard, giving me something to think about after leaving this. But other than that, once again, I've been enjoying these, and just give me more hype for Bloody Mary, which me and Nadia are looking forward to the ending of these. Yeah. I feel like he's definitely going to throw us off with that one. But yes, she wasn't letting them go. That was her whole thing. To me, that was the pleasure for her. That's how she got off, Tony. Torturing and doing what she was doing to him. And to me, he got off, honestly, Tony, because her whole thing was, that was supposed to be like a quick one for her. She kind of like takes her time with whoever she be getting or whatever, and she kind of wanted to just get that out the way because he was a loose end. That's why she didn't sleep with him. It's like everybody else she would kind of sleep with or do what she do with him. She was like, I gotta get your ass out the way. But yeah, man, anything else from this episode?
Nah, that was it. It was pretty straightforward.
It was, most of these
like
episodes
I said,
were straightforward.
I was already suspecting her.
I wouldn't. Shout out Bella Thorne, you threw me off. Like I said, I was more so looking at everybody else, including your husband, as far as who was trying to kill you. And everything to me was leading to her getting killed by somebody she wasn't least expecting. And it was either going to be the friend or her husband.
Or the husband.
But after she broke into the house, it was after she broke into the house where I thought the guy was going to be hiding in the house and she was going to kill both of them. That's why I was like, oh, that's how this is going to end.
But yeah,
y'all didn't.
Bella was giving me those vibes like the chick from Get Out when I started watching The Perfection. I started watching The Perfection and I was like, why do I already not like her? And I was like, oh, that's the girl from Get Out. I said, let me clear my mind. Damn.
With everything going on in the movie, I love the fact people point out the fact that why she eating cereal like that? Like she ain't got no milk. As far as Get Out, when she eating the Fruit Loops.
Like, you know, black people gonna point out anything.
What? Nah, you can't eat Fruit Loops like that. You gotta get some.
That
we ain't thinking about my man being tied up or kidnapped.
Yeah, everything else we like, this is strange. We were like, oh no, that's psychotic. Why the fuck she?
That's the crazy part. Fuck you kidnapping my man. Why did you eat cereal like that? That's crazy. Shut up. For me, Tony, this episode she kind of did. I ain't familiar with her though, as far as what she been doing in her material and her movies or whatever, TV shows or whatever. But yes, I really enjoyed this episode. This was my second favorite. It's only 3 episodes, but this is still my second favorite. Because like I said, that previous episode, just like with you in this episode, I figured out it was the husband. Even though it wasn't the same execution, but I was like, it's the husband.
Yeah.
Now I'm always thinking it's the husband, but after this one, I'm not gonna know what's going on because I'm not gonna know. But other than that, that's pretty much all we have for y'all tonight. Shout out to everybody who came through. Like I said, Tony, who always coming through showing support. We had a couple people in here. I appreciate y'all coming through. Other than that, of course, tomorrow, Friday night, Uncut Ish Talk. I just posted what we talking about. Batman. Well, not Batman, Batgirl. Joker 2 is official. Lady Gaga, Harley Quinn. What else we got going on? Predator, Saturday. We got that.
Mm-hmm.
But P-Valley. P-Valley Sunday, man. I love Uncut. I love doing what we do, but P-Valley, man, I'm ready to get into it. That's my show. I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about it. But I got some good topics for y'all, and I got some good verses for y'all tomorrow. Definitely come through and check us out. Other than that, anything else before we get off? New Music Friday, too. Dolce EP. DJ Khaled got that single.
Somebody else will be coming out with something. I forgot. It's
I
not
don't
an
know
album,
if it's
a
exclusive.
single.
I don't know if it's exclusive, but I tagged you in it. Eminem, 50 Cent,
Oh,
Dr. Dre, they got some song. It might be something from the past that nobody ever heard, possibly. More than likely, that might be what it is, but it might be something new. I don't know. But yeah, they got a single coming out. You is right, though. It's a couple more people. It's a lot of music coming out tomorrow, but I think it's more singles than anything. But yeah, we're going to get into it. But other than that, man, if you're watching me on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This is the road to 600 subs. I think we at 591 right now. Appreciate everybody who's been subscribing. One thing I'm trying to work on is make sure I start shouting out certain people. I've been seeing y'all subscribing. I'm working on a giveaway. My bad, y'all. I work, man. I got a lot going on. We be working on the lives, content. More than anything, just trying to put out the content we're trying to put out for y'all. But I am working on the giveaway. I hit up people behind the scenes that I try to do something with because, like I said, the support, certain people that be coming through that I wanted to try to do something with. But like I said, more than anything, they just like, man, I just like to come through and watch y'all do what y'all do. And once again, shout out to those people. They know who I'm talking about. I want to call or single anybody out because I like showing support for everybody and appreciating everybody who come through. But other than that, more than anything, once again, shout out to my co-host Ladia for coming through like always. Notification bell to let you know when I upload new videos. If you're not following me on Twitch, make sure you're following me. Like I said, Uncut Ish Talk tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern time, live, YouTube and Twitch. Make sure y'all come through and check us out. And let me put a little bit emphasis on this before I get off here. I said I'm not reaching out to people as far as trying to join, but if you want to reach out to me, you can. More than likely, you can join. It's no problem. You can join me. I just said I'm not reaching out personally. That's all. And I will be joining other people. Me and Nadia possibly join other people as far as reviews or whatever, as far as their channels or whatever. And you can come and join my channel as far as Uncut or reviews. I don't mind. I just said I'm not reaching out. But anyway, I appreciate everybody who has joined me, and I more than welcome anybody who to come back and join me. Other than that, we are out.
Hey.